Morning, everyone. If you tuned in yesterday, we delved into the astrological and tarot energies of some significant social changes that are coming our way, particularly in the United States. So we discussed a looming autocracy, the erosion of our democratic norms, as well as the increasing concentration of power. So today we're going to take a closer look at what's coming and how we can navigate these very solar types of ego-driven energies. And today being Sunday, ruled by Lord Surya, the sun, we're going to focus on mastering the ego and some crucial practices for navigating these turbulent times ahead. So I want to welcome everyone here. Today is Sunday, ruled by Lord Surya. And things that you can do to honor the sun today is you can wear red, because that's one of the sun's colors, oranges, yellows, those beautiful colors of the sun. Another thing that you can do is offer the sun some water, put a little bowl of water out today. Another wonderful thing you can do are what's called Surya Namaskar exercises. And those are a series of asanas that you can do first thing in the morning just to get those cracks and creaks all those things out of the body, especially if you're an active sleeper like me. And oh gosh, what else? Oh, this is a great day to just honor your vitality. The sun also represents authorities, the father in your chart, as well as leadership. So if there are things that you want to work on to help you shine in your individual ego, that is a great thing that you can do today. For instance, my sun's nakshatra is in Pushya, and Pushya is to nourish and also to create spiritual environments. And so things that I like to do are obviously my spiritual practice, but I love cooking on Sunday as well. And my husband and I are both vegetarians, and I can make some pretty good food. So I know the way to my Southern boy's heart. So that's one thing I plan on doing today. Additionally, you can, if you have a good relationship with a father or a father figure in your life, this is a good day to check in with them, see how they're doing. And I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a really good mantra for the sun as well. This is very simple. Om Suryaye Namaha. And as you do that mantra, you can focus on your crown chakra, because that is the chakra that the sun rules. It's the Sahasrara, and it's that beautiful lotus at the top of the head that helps us connect to our guides. So I'm going to go into the Adi Devata next. Now, the Adi Devata helps us with our mind. And so the Adi Devata is Agni, because that is the element of the sun, fire. And Agni can really stimulate our intellect, make it fiery, and passionate. Another thing that Agni does is he helps with various functions of the body. Like, for instance, I lack a little Agni in my digestive system. So when I do my Agni mantras, I focus on my solar plexus or my Manipura chakra, just to kind of maybe help things move for the day. And a really good mantra for Lord Agni is just very simple. Om Agniye Namaha. And that's if you need a little extra fire in your mind and your overall actions today. Okay, because the sun is a very active planet. Then, this is of course one of my favorites, the Pratyadi Devata. This is the Deva that can help us with our spirit, because what this Deva does is he lights a fire underneath us, and he gets out all the tamas, all the drudge, and he burns it all off and reveals all that beautiful Rajas and then Sattva. And it is Lord Shiva. And so I will give you a mantra for Lord Shiva, the destroyer, and he destroys all the yuck out of our lives, okay? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And I noticed that there is something called a Sri Kanta yoga that happens in certain charts. It's extremely rare. But two people that have it, I believe, are, the main person that has it is Jeff Bezos. And what does Sri Kanta yoga do? Well, it gives you all of the wealth from all of your past lives at once, and it burns it off in one birth. So, but you have to come back and start over. That's what Jeff Bezos' soul signed up for. So he's basically paying off all of the wonderful things that he did as a rishi and as a person in past lives in one birth, so that he can come back and be completely and totally under the rule of Shiva, which is an ascetic, a yogi, someone who does not care about the material world or its assets. So it's really interesting to think about astrology that way. It's like, why do people have this wealth? Well, it's literally their souls going, let's just get it all done in one go so I can get this over with. I'm not kidding. So that's just one really interesting way that Shiva can work with the souls of people that have a lot of solar energy in their charts, which would be someone like Jeff Bezos. Okay. So I kind of want to get into today's energy because that's what you guys are here for. Like I mentioned, today is about mastering the ego, especially in the times that we're entering right now. So as I mentioned yesterday, we are headed into a powerful solar eclipse, and this is happening in sidereal Pisces, and this impacts the 10th and 4th houses of the United States. So this eclipse is like a cosmic cocktail, okay? It's Venus and Mercury retrograde, and if you're feeling that Mercury retrograde right now, that was happening at the very end of the lunar eclipse, and it's going into the solar eclipse with it, so it's extra drama for Mercury. So it's also involving Rahu, Neptune, the moon, and the sun. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot of planetary energy. We call that a stellium in astrology. It's heavy, okay? And it's directly opposite Ketu in Uttara Falguni Nakshatra. That's what we just had the lunar eclipse in, and I gave some details about that the last two shows, okay? So it's a heavy energy. And to add to this cosmic drama, Uranus will be entering sidereal Taurus, and that's in the 6th house of the United States on the 19th. And that's going to shake up the US's house of service, daily routines, and karma. So you can expect some disruptions in these areas. And if that wasn't enough, Saturn is also going to enter Pisces during the solar eclipse and go, hey, I'm going to be part of this party too. So you can expect some really significant challenges in areas like job security, the economy, real estate, international trade. We're already seeing the tariffs, the economic cuts, and the potential instability in the housing market. So that is kind of what's coming astrologically. I know that it's eclipse season, so it's a little drama, but we've got this. Okay, so let's talk about the moon. I always like to talk about the moon because the moon rules our emotions and the nakshatra changes every single day. Okay, so today we are in the 14th nakshatra. There are 28 in total, including Abhijit. And today the moon is in Chitra nakshatra. Okay, so Chitra is ruled by Vishvakarma. Who is Vishvakarma? He is the celestial architect. He creates the energy of creativity, artistry, and a lot of transformation. So this nakshatra really highlights the power to design and reshape our reality. Yay, we all need that right now. So in these times, our creative powers are really crucial. And if you guys want to see a really creative show, you can go to Tarot Tash's channel. He's doing a really new and fabulous show on tapping into our creativity, and he has guests on. He just did one with Helen from Irish Granny Tarot. It was really amazing. All right, so when I tap into Chitra Nakshatra, it reminds me of a verse in the Bhagavad Gita, and that is that change is the law of the universe. You can be a millionaire or you could be a pauper in an instant. So that really keeps our ego in check, especially on Sunday, ruled by Lord Surya, which represents our ego. So we have to really prepare for these swift and unexpected shifts and use our creative power to shape our lives and our future. And because this day is ruled by Surya, we have to remember that mastering our ego is the key to mastering these shifts and navigating them appropriately. Now, Surya represents the individual soul. It's the true self, and it's the ego that can lead us astray. It's different from the personality. The personality are these bodies and these families that we're born into, but the individual ego we carry from birth to birth, and we work on mastering it as a soul, okay? So Surya represents the soul, and that's the true self, okay? So by cultivating humility, self-awareness, we can better align with our higher purpose and get through these times of change, okay? Disruption, eclipse season, okay? I hope that was helpful, guys. Okay. So I did go to the tarot, and I hope it can provide us with some added guidance because I love it. Now, the first card I picked is, it's a little, okay. I got Justice reversed, but I know that you guys are already feeling this energy, so I don't have to rip this Band-Aid off, okay? It's a stark warning, okay? I know that you guys are already seeing this, but no, but the scales right now are unbalanced. That's why we're feeling a little anxious right now in the collective. Expect some injustice coming out of the current leadership, some unfair treatment, especially toward allies, and a lot of potential legal challenges, because legal challenges just happen to follow the current leader, okay? This card is really encouraging us to be vigilant. Protect your rights, but don't despair, okay? Because my next two cards, they're going to offer us a lot of hope. Yay! The next card I got, this is good. I got the Ace of Cups and it came up upright. Awesome. So this is a powerful wave of emotional renewal and new beginnings that can wake a lot of us, especially if we master our ego, those little personalities, and we start thinking a little bigger, okay? Whew. This is a reminder that even in the face of chaos, we can find that inner peace and we can cultivate inner resilience. This card is encouraging us to connect with our intuition. It's encouraging us to open our hearts and to break them open with love and compassion, especially in the communities that we're in throughout the day, because we need it. We really need it right now. This is a message that even in the midst of tyranny, that human connection and love will prevail. Okay? The Gita says, set thy heart upon thy work and never on its reward. Focus on the good that you can do today, especially for the collective, for yourself, despite these tyrannical influences that are trying to take over and seek power and control over our beautiful collective heart-based energy, which is this beautiful Ace of Cups. Okay? When we do that, I got the Empress. My card for her upside down is the current state of the United States. Let's bring this girl right back side up. Okay? This is a card of abundance. It's a card of nurturing. It's a card of creation and creativity, which really mirrors this beautiful moon in Chitra today. Okay? It reminds us of our innate power to create our own reality, even when the world around us seems to be falling apart. So this card is encouraging us to focus on our personal growth, our creative endeavors at this time, and especially our connection to nature, because the Empress, as you can see, she's surrounded by all of this beautiful foliage. She represents the highest aspect of Venusian qualities. And it's a reminder that even, like I said, when our systems fail, we can create our own systems of support and abundance around us. And so in the Gita, Arjuna asked Krishna, how do I abandon all attachment? He says, if you abandon success or failure, such equanimity is called yoga, meaning equanimity of the mind. What do I mean when I say that? In times of hardship and in times of plenty, if you can maintain your creativity, your composure, and your hope and harmony, you can get through it, irregardless of the things that are standing against us, which can seem really powerful in the short term, but in the long term, know that those two will also pass away. Okay. Oh my gosh. So let's look into, because the sun is a very active planet, that's Lord Surya, let's look into some actionable things that we can take. Some really practical survival strategies that we can look into. Okay. How do we prepare for this potential autocracy? This is the Surya energy that's kind of out of control right now, right? First, we must be adaptable. That's number one. My husband and I have chosen a nomadic lifestyle. As many of you know, we moved to Mexico. We sold and donated everything we own, and we can move anywhere if necessary, but we're very happy where we currently are. Now, this might not be feasible for everyone, but the principle is the same. Be prepared to adapt. change. Do what you can do in your current environment based on your needs and the people around you that can offer support. You can start doing this by diversifying your assets. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket, okay? You can also strengthen the community and the people that are there to help you build those strong relationships with like-minded individuals. You can also cultivate a lot of inner peace, practice mindfulness, meditation, and stress reduction techniques. I try to share some of those on our show. My husband and I have a full-time yoga practice that we do from home. We wake up just after 4 in the morning. That's when our day starts. And we begin our day with mantras and kirtan. Then we enter into pranayama and bhastrika breathing exercises. After that, we go into our spiritual text for the day. And then we do a deep meditation ritual. After that, we do yoga asanas, and then I come on the show. So my day starts pretty early, but it makes me it makes me more productive, and it keeps my mind calmer throughout the day, and it's easier to go to sleep at night because I'm exhausted. So another thing you can do is embrace creativity. One of the most creative people in our community is Gerald from Tarot Stash. He's got it in spades, guys. We call him Cowbell for a reason, okay? And he's doing a new show that embraces creativity. So if you can find an outlet for your creativity and self-expression, that's a beautiful way to do it. He's having new guests on all the time and asking them how they're tapping into theirs, which I think is a wonderful shielding technique for this energy coming. Another thing you can do is support our local communities. Find ways to support your local community and your tarot and astrology community as well. Because know that when we reach out and we're there for each other, we're always stronger together. And then if necessary, especially if you're in an area like Jonathan and I were in, where it was very transitional. We lived in Redmond, Washington, Microsoft territory, because we both worked in tech. And it was a very transitional community that we lived in, and we didn't have a lot of support in and around us because people were moving all the time. And then during COVID, there was a massive migration of immigrants that were coming in and replacing a lot of the tech jobs that were held by people that were making 3 times the money. And so we just didn't have our community anymore. Everyone was basically displaced by the corporate oligarchs. And so we basically said, look, we're going to have to move to a community to where there's like a major disaster or something happens. There's resources and people that we can work with to work and navigate through that. Okay. If you have that in your current community, lean on that and really focus a little more on that, because we need to come together, especially after Congress just removed all of the local protections and programs that we had in place for the budget this year. Okay. But know that this is a challenging time, okay? We are not powerless. We need to take our power back, okay? Remember the story of the worm that I gave yesterday? Even in the face of adversity, there is always a potential for redemption and growth. And I think that this beautiful Ace of Cups and Empress are reminding us that love, creativity, and resilience will guide us through these very dark times. So stay vigilant. Stay connected, and stay true to your values, despite the fact that you may see people in and around you losing theirs. A lot of people that can be bought, unfortunately. Those aren't your friends if they can be. Stick close to the people that can't and that are your true tribe and are there for you during those dark times. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us we can perform our allotted task with dedication without attachment to the results. So try to give of your creative gifts selflessly as you do this, because not everybody will be in a position where they can contribute as much as others, okay? So as we strive to navigate these times, let us remind us to master our egos in the process and align with the light of Lord Surya, our true self, okay? So I hope that was helpful. And then Rose Glee said, early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. I think it is Ben Franklin. Okay, I love that. Thank you. So, yes, 4 a.m. Venus. After 4 a.m. We're up early. It does help keep us grounded, though. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps me bring these messages to a wider audience, the larger collective, and it helps grow our tribe and our resources together. Please comment afterwards. Leave your comments and suggestions. I take them very seriously when I incorporate things into the show. And let's build a community. Let's build some resilience and hope. Okay. Welcome, Lance Dillon. It's lovely to see you. So I hope that was helpful, everyone. Today was a little bit of a shorter read, but know that I'm with you. If you missed the beginning of the show, I encourage you to catch the recap and make sure to hit that bell notification so that you don't miss future shows. So I'm sending you all tons of love as you go about your Sunday. And I encourage you to do whatever you can to stay creative and to master that beautiful divine individual ego. And put it toward the collective because we need you. Love you. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Om Love.
Sacred knowledge from the stars. Vedic truth heals ancient scars. Mantras clear the karmic way, bringing light to guide each day. Let the planets show their signs as the cards and stars combine. Ancient wisdom flows through